Hi there! Mike here with the Legally Blind Geek YouTube channel, where we focus on overcoming low vision challenges. Today's challenge is dealing with accessibility features on the iPhone and the iPad. Now, everybody knows that you can turn certain things on, you can turn things off by going into settings, scrolling down to accessibility, then going over and scrolling down to whatever you're wanting to activate or turn off. With the accessibility shortcut, it's simple as triple clicking the top button on your iPhone, open up the accessibility shortcut, making whatever adjustments you need to, and then going about your business. Sound like something you'd find interesting? You get some benefit out of? I know I use it every day. So if that's interesting to you, check this out. Where they're focused on turning on and setting up accessibility shortcuts. Basically, we start out by going into the settings icon on the home screen, scrolling down to accessibility, and with voiceover turned on, if you touch it with one finger,
selected accessibility button.
It announces accessibility. If you're swiping from right to left as you move up or down, it's going to announce what and where you are. And then we're going to go into
physical and motor heading. Accessibility heading.
The accessibility folder. And scrolling down a bit, we're going to run into one of the first things. Since the top button is instrumental in turning on and off the accessibility shortcut, it's good to try to take a look at what you can do with that.
Face ID and attention. Switch control. Off. Voice control. Off. Top button. Button.
So I've just swiped from left to right down the list until I heard top button. I'm going to go ahead and open that up.
Click speed. Accessibility. Back button.
Now, here's where you can set the click speed. You know, whether you want the default speed.
Slow.
You want it slower. You know, if your hands just don't move that quickly, you might want to move it on, put it on slow.
Slowest.
Or the slowest. You know, just whichever one of these speeds. You can play with these and find out which one works best for you. I just keep it on default. And while we're here under the top button, this is where you can set up the functionality for that top button. Not 3 fingers, but a triple tap or a double tap.
Adjust the speed required to double or triple click the top button.
And that's what we just talked about, you know, default, slowest.
Press and hold to speak. Heading.
If you want to be able to just push that button, hold that button, and speak to Siri, that is where you would turn this on.
Selected. Siri. Off.
Or you can turn it off.
Siri will respond when you press and hold the top button. Side button confirmation. Heading.
Side button confirmation, that is when you go into the App Store, you buy something, and you double tap that side button, and it's the top on the side. For me, on my 10S Max, it might be different for you, but on my 10S Max, it's the top right-hand button. And I just double tap that, the Face ID locks in, and, you know, okays the purchase. And this is where you can set that kind of stuff up.
Enable confirm with switch control. Enable confirm with use assistive touch or switch control to confirm payments with face.
So that being said, let's go ahead and back out of that.
Accessibility. Top button.
And then we're going to scroll down until we find accessibility shortcut.
Apple TV remote, keyboards, AirPods, hearing devices, sound recognition, RTT, audio and visual, subtitles and general, guided access, Siri, but accessibility shortcut, ask, button.
There it is, accessibility shortcut. I've selected it with one finger. I'm going to double tap with one finger to open it.
Configure accessibility, back button.
Now from here, the top of the screen, I'll just go ahead and tap it so VoiceOver tells us what it is.
Configure and then triple click the top button to toggle accessibility features on or off.
Now this is a whole list of items that you can select from to have on the accessibilities shortcut panel when you open it up. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down to where I have selected
VoiceOver. Actions selected, magnifier. Selected, zoom. Actions available.
These are where I have selected what I want in the accessibilities shortcut. And basically all I'm going to do is I am going to punch the top button. And I'm doing this on my iPad just because the screen is larger and it makes it easier to see when we're doing the screen recording. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Alert. Accessibility shortcuts.
And this is the accessibility shortcut screen. That's what it looks like.
Selected. VoiceOver. Button.
I have VoiceOver selected. I can turn VoiceOver off, and then when you turn VoiceOver off, all of the gestures that you use with VoiceOver are also turned off, so it goes back to just a normal iOS device.
Magnifier. Button.
Again, magnifier, I've selected it. I can double tap it and open up the magnifier if I want to use it. For instance, I use it when I'm in a restaurant or I'm out and I want to use it to magnify and read, say, a restaurant menu. Or if I want to read one of those little placards that's on end cap that tells us what's in that aisle or whatnot, like I'm at the big Wally World or wherever. Also, it works pretty well as far as being able to read product information. If you're looking on the nutritional information, you want to see how many carbs or how much sodium or something's in there, the magnifier works pretty well for that. Or
Zoom. Button.
you can use Zoom. Zoom comes in pretty handy when you are using one of those apps that does not support larger text. In that occasion, you just turn Zoom on, you can zoom in, and you can see what's on the screen. And you can zoom out. And I find it easier to turn it on and turn it off and just have it set on a fixed power for myself. You can play around with that if you like. And then there's last on the list.
Cancel. Button.
Is you just hit cancel. It closes
Selected.
that, and you
Zoom.
didn't have to turn anything on
Actions
or off.
available.
So basically, that's all there is to it. Now, there's a lot of stuff in here that you can add to or take away from, or you can actually reorder something. If I just scroll from left to right.
Reorder magnifier. Button. Draggable.
So if you want
Actions
to
available.
drag it to the top of the list, you can. If you want to drag it to the bottom of the list, that's all that means. And basically, I think everybody knows how to do that, but...
Selected. Magnifier. Actions available. Reorder magnifier. Reorder magnifier. Reorder magnifier. Button. Draggable. Moved above VoiceOver. Moved below VoiceOver.
So that's all there is to that. Sometimes I have to kind of hunt and peck until I find my finger right exactly on that little icon. It needs to be on that icon that's outlined right now by the white box to be able to move it up or down. But that is how to set up. That is how to add or remove or change things around in the accessibility shortcut app, feature, whatever you want to call it, on iOS devices, whether it's an iPhone or iPad. And this goes from the iPhone 4s to the iPhone 13 Pros. They all do the same. They may go about it a little bit differently, but this works on all of them. So, well, there you go. Easy peasy. Go in and set up your accessibility shortcut on your iPhone or iPad. While you're at it, check out the comment section down below. I'd be really interested to find out what are your favorite accessibility features, accessibility settings that you use with your iPad and your iPhone. If you found this information useful, please give us a thumbs up. If not useful, you can go ahead and give us a thumbs down. Just give me an idea as to what I'm doing right, what I might be able to do better. You may want to consider subscribing if you haven't already. Subscribers, they get made aware of when we post new videos, and oftentimes when we have a conversation going on in the comment section down below, it kind of gives you an idea of what folks are talking about, and you may even just want to jump in. When you hit that subscribe button, try and remember to hit the notifications bell, ding that little bell, whatever it is. It does something good. I'm not sure exactly what. I think it makes you aware of all the stuff that we do. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye.